This is the time of the year where the Cowboys start leaving breadcrumbs, especially when it pertains to the draft. I don't want to talk about David Mallengetta. I don't want to talk about Jerry Jones. I want to talk about what the Cowboys are going to do in the draft. And it's very interesting that they not only sent their scouts to go watch Carson Schwesinger, UCLA linebacker, work out, they had a private meeting with him. Let's talk about it. The Cowboys have tried to position themselves in a position to go best player available, and I believe that they should do that. When it comes to the linebacker room, we have to be honest with ourselves. DeMarvion Overshown has had 2 season-ending injuries back to back. That's 2 years gone for the year. We don't know how healthy he's going to be moving forward. We also know that this staff, Matt Eberflus and Dave Borgonzi, didn't draft Maris Luafau. So they brought in Jack Sanborn. They brought in Kenneth Murray, and yes, they have plans for Maris Luafau, but depending on how you have Carson Schwesinger graded, there's a possibility that you can draft him. And I don't think that I would hate the pick, especially if there's a chance that he's hanging around the 3rd round. Now, according to Adam Schefter, 30 teams were at this pro day, so the chance of him slipping all the way to the 3rd round is kind of unlikely, but you never know how the board could fall. According to his next-gen stats from the Combine, Schwesinger's production score was 81. So he is a very, very productive linebacker. And his biggest skill set or his mindset or how he uses his mind is he wins with his instincts. That's how he wins. He doesn't have the best pursuit. He's not the fastest guy, although he did run a 6'9" 3-cone shuttle and a 4-second 20-yard shuttle at his workout. Who was that similar to? Fred Warner. And he plays the exact same way with instincts. Fred Warner was a 3rd round pick, same type build. You have to look at this guy and say, can he come in and be the linebacker that Matt Eberflus needs him to be? Oh, and by the way, Matt Eberflus is a linebacker whisperer. Now, we did bring in Jack Sanborn, but I got to tell you, to me, Schwesinger has better instincts right now and is just probably a better player than Jack Sanborn right now. Jack Sanborn's a limited player. Although he did overachieve in Chicago, he's a limited player. He's a player I want on my team, but he's a limited player. Talking about Schwesinger a little bit, you can't help but root for his story. All right, he walked on at UCLA, was a special teams demon, waits his turn, boom. His last year, what does he do? AP All-American, All Big Ten, Buckets Award finalist. I mean, the list goes on. 136 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions. This guy, he has special production this year. Special teams maven. So those types of guys, they just do whatever you need them to do on the football field. If you cut on the tape, especially the Penn State game, you see Carson Schwesinger making plays. Schwesinger, I'll probably mess that up 1,000 times, especially if he ends up on the Cowboys. He really does remind me of Sean Lee. Sean Lee, who ran the middle of this defense for years. Now, he is on the lighter side, and he does at times, he's light. So you know if blockers get on him, he just doesn't have the play strength to get him off him. He doesn't have the build of a Jihad Campbell or a Demetrius Knight. But I got to say, he's much better than both of those guys when it comes to instincts, playing downhill. He just plays downhill. He'll run through anything moving. He's not afraid to take on blocks. He's just kind of light. But that doesn't matter it doesn't matter how athletic you are if you don't know what you're looking at, if you don't know how to diagnose, if you don't know scheme, it doesn't matter. And this guy, he did it, and he did it on a Big Ten level. Again, go watch the Penn State game. I guarantee that you all will be impressed. When you take all this into consideration, when you take into consideration our roster as it stands right now, and just how they may have this guy graded, sending everybody down there and getting a private meeting with this guy. What do you guys think about Carson Schwesinger, and would you guys draft him? I got to say, I think I might. I think he helps this defense, especially in the middle of this defense. It's your boy, Foots the King, as always. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing. We're not stopping. Peace.